What's up, guys? Evan Aldo here. So I'm gonna bring you a weekend Bitcoin and Ethereum technical analysis. So straight off the bat, let's go top to bottom. Let's see kind of what we're working with here. I want to start with the 2-week on this one. Well, we can look at the monthly. Let's start with the monthly. We're printing. A lot of people are talking about this. Finally printing a green dot. I don't know. I haven't looked at the monthly in a few days, so it could have. I don't know exactly when it started printing, but I know it confirms in 15 days. That would give us kind of more of a long-term case as, last time we had something like this type of situation here, I guess. I mean, that's going to be an outrageous from 8,000. It's not going to go that high of a percentage, but, from 8,000 to 60,000 is about 50K. It could go up another 50K till the top of this bull run. 110 we top out at. Definitely doable. You could also kind of guesstimate, map it out here, where that would take us April, May of next year, some general area, probably summer of next year, the latest. That's the latest I see this bull run going to. It would be that type of situation. You'd probably get some type of increase similar to like here to the top to 65K. We come up 200%. Where would that, from where we are right now, where would that bring us up to? 200% would be 186K. That's kind of the highest I could see us possibly going. That's probably the most bullish case for this cycle. Top out at about 180K by summer of next year, the latest. That's the highest I possibly can see it going. I've always been in the camp between 100 to 200K. So yeah, going down to the 2-week. Let's look at the 2-week a little bit. And the other thing I want to mention, people are talking about crypto. Again, there are still some bears out there. So I do think, with the amount of bears, the amount of, it doesn't feel like May yet. It feels like, it doesn't feel like this. It feels like it's more of a healthy coming up. I could see, in this cycle, I think it'll look more like the last part of the cycle where, some 30% corrections, but nothing too crazy where like a 50% correction. I don't think we're going to have anything this bad. Well, probably every bull cycle is different. So we'll probably see, we're going to have some surprises. I could predict that with confidence, but I'm not seeing another 50% correction, not anytime soon. Could be wrong, anything could happen, but we'll see what happens. So 2-week, you're coming up here. You're going to curve down in the 2-week eventually. I mean, the bullish case that we're all hoping for, you just come around like this double hump pattern, somewhere between April to summer of 2022 peak out. That would bring us, this would be probably a more conservative estimate from, you could probably come up from here to here, something like this, 72% increase. Where would 72% bring us from here? I can't even. Around 100K. So everything, from my TA, my fundamental analysis, combined, everything would bring me somewhere between 100 and 200K. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So same on the weekly, still curving up. Doesn't look, looks like it's coming up, kind of that pattern. 2-day, let's look at the 3-day. This is the more cause for concern. VWAP going down as money flow still in the red. This is your main bearish case because, let's just say this is a little fluke here in that we just have to come right back down to the 20s or even farther 10K or some Armageddon scenario. I think it's very unlikely. I mean, I think based on the other time frames, this shouldn't be too much of a cause for concern. I think this trigger wave could just bring us up, and then we theoretically should come back into the green. Kind of what happened on the 2-day. So I don't think it's too big of a cause for concern, at least in my view. 2-day, does look like we're heating up a little bit. I mean, we're coming up. It looks healthy in my opinion, but view up starting to come down, and you could see that more apparent on the daily. It's like it's trying to come down, then you print another. One last leg up. Green dot. It seems like we need to have, at some point here, once the FOMO starts, and it seems like it's just starting. Everyone's talking about it. Everybody's been texting me about it. Not as bad as May, but it does seem like we need to come down at least a little bit here. 16-hour, starting to curve down to VWAP. Same deal. 12-hour, that's going to print a red dot pretty soon. 8-hour, you're going to print a red dot pretty soon. Nice divergence there. Weekends are always unpredictable. I always say to new traders, just sit out on the weekends. I have a swing long position that's open, that's been, putting on and taking off since about 43K. My stop loss is at my average entry point, which is about 53K right now. So no reason to mess with that at the moment. Just letting that ride. I have a Cardano long letting ride, and I have a Solana long letting ride. If you want to see some of those trades, check out my exclusive Discord, link in the description below. And so 6 hour, this looks kind of overheated. The last time we came up this high, it's been a while. It's been a while. I wanted to actually show you on the 12 hour. The last time we came up this high here, back here on the 12 hour, it came down, and then all the way back here where you came up. We're not that high yet, but you did have some choppiness. Then you finally come down here, a lot of sideways weird action. So still a lot of opportunities to trade this. So coming down there, and then 6 hour, we confirm, we're going to confirm, probably going to confirm this red dot. I think the market may play with us a little bit more. Maybe some last FOMO wicks up. Maybe we maybe will hit this spider line one last time before coming down. The market likes to mess with you. The market is a weird character. You're always in your trades, it gets up. So money flow crossover on the 2 hour coming down. Probably not the worst place, not financial advice, probably not the worst place to look for a short. Hourly, and then half hour whenever this comes down. Maybe we have this scenario with this over the weekend where we come up, it looks good again, and then you finally on Monday you have that correction that we're looking for. Maybe test that. That would bring us maybe later today, come back up and then down. Something along those scenarios is kind of what I could guess. 15-minute money is coming out. That would have, if you were up at, let's see what time, if you were up at 4:45 a.m. this morning, that would have been a good short entry on the money flow crossover there. External area, lock-in profits at the spider line. It's a stop loss entry point if you're up at that time. So that's Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum, which has been interesting. We almost tested about 4K, got a pretty fierce rejection off of just below 4K. And daily, VWAP curving down, just like Bitcoin. 12 hour, we're going to print that red dot soon. 8 hour, we're going to print that red dot pretty soon. Maybe we curve back. I mean, maybe, the most bullish case, you have something like this, which we are in a crazy uptrend, so it wouldn't surprise me too much if we just have one other scenario where we come up even more. But I mean, what's our previous all-time high? That would be interesting to look at. So it was back here. Maybe we come right back up to test the previous all-time high, 43, 44 in the near future. That would be the more bullish case. I think at this point, this is going to cause... would that be a divergence? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you could make the argument almost a divergence there in the 12 hour. Let's look at the 8 hour. From here to here, this general, you could draw this little trend line here to here. Once we print a red dot in the 8 hour, this is going to be a pretty nice divergence there. So it would make us probably retest this fib level, 3,800, 3,750, something like that. So that's what I'm looking for on Ethereum. 4 hour. We're playing in these interesting, this is interesting too, because you see a lot in these crazy uptrends, like the VWAP just starts going sideways, and then as price keeps going up, so you do see that. I think, it's trying to come down here, it keeps failing at coming down, we keep printing more green dots, but eventually one of these red dots will bring us down a bit more. Let's look at the 30-minute, we've been in the green for a while here. I think the next money flow crossover should bring us down a bit. Let's say if we have a repeat of this type of percentage right here from here to here, that was a 15% increase. So 15%, you'd come right back down to the spider line, 33. I don't think we'll come that low in the near future, but there's a good shot we're going to retest the spider line, 37. I think that's pretty probable. I mean, we'll see what happens though. Coming down here, money flow crossover on the 15. It is the weekend. You're going to probably have some weird sideways volatility, what normally happens in the weekends, especially after coming up a lot. Usually nothing too crazy happens. So it's Ethereum. I want to take a look at Solana. I've been long on Solana since 155, I believe. Profits are locked in. I think I locked them in at 164 maybe. It's in my exclusive Discord, that trade. But we're coming up, on some of these time frames. Let's start with the daily, actually. Nice little our trigger wave, coming up here. All-time highs, 215, 16. So looking towards that area. 12 hour. You're coming down, though. So this is kind of like some mixed communication. Like red coming up, VWAP coming down. It normally means sideways for a bit, consolidation. And then let's go on to the 6 hour. This is interesting because you usually don't have a VWAP that's been above the 0 line for this long, and then you're printing a red dot. So that's interesting. It's an interesting scenario. Usually this only happens in a big uptrend or big downtrend. Money flow crossover on the 4-hour as the VWAP, you know, it's been above for a while. This is just weird. You know, this doesn't happen too much. Just a sideways. Maybe, just maybe, as we get that VWAP crossover and the money flow crossover, we come up quite a bit from that. Just maybe. I mean, I'm sticking in my long position right now for that. And here I think, you know, if we map this out, this would probably bring us bullish for a decent amount more. However, if, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum do have a big correction, this will probably come down too. So the altcoins are a little bit harder to predict. Solana's always been topical. I mean, coming down here, so you definitely want to wait. There's a lot of conflicting info in Solana right now. But coming down, you know, 30-minute coming down, so that's not the best sign. This isn't the best time to go long, but it's, you know, there's some take a look at this. Even for a HODL portfolio, I bought a little bit for my HODL portfolio. Finally got a long-term position in it, so, you know, it's a strong project. Solana and then Polkadot, let's look at. So Polkadot, it's been performing well. You know, it's performing, you know, top 20%, I think, in the last, from here to here, the last 2 weeks. Let's see. You know, about 63% last 2 weeks. You know, some may say, oh, it's up so much, it's going to come down. Well, you may be right. You know, daily, it's been above zero for a while, trying to come down there. 12-hour, yeah, I mean, divergence basically from here to here. That's pretty big divergence. This could be the red dot that brings us down. 8-hour, you know, same deal, divergence. You know, VWAP's trying to come down. Finally, seems like it's going to print that red dot that brings us down. 4-hour. Yeah, same general deal. You know, just these divergences. You know, just a smaller version of, a wider version of what we're seeing on the larger time frames. Choppy here, can't get much out of that. This hour, you know, money flow crossover. These normally mean you'll have a decent move. So, you know, it is pretty likely that you're going to come down a bit more with this. Where would that bring us to? Well, let's see. You know, let's draw a main fib level from, you know, this bottom here and then to the top right here. I say there's a good shot, you know, this general area. If we come down, you know, maybe we'll retest 40, you know, the more bullish case, retest 40 and come back up. More bearish case, down 37. I think that would be a good place to, I'm looking at adding a lot of this to my HODL portfolio around 36, 37. Good shot that, I mean, this is a really good project. Good shot that this could outperform Cardano and ETH in Q4 and into 2022, what I think. So Polkadot I've been looking at. So those are ones today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. If you want to check out my exclusive Discord, link in the description below. Check out Get Market Cipher if you don't have it already. Discount code ALDO15, 15% off. And check out my other links below. All the things are things that I have benefited from and used. I'm never going to link you to anything that I haven't used or benefited from. They help support the channel. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.